In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add SASS data to a site using the SASS data upload form. So we're going to add SASS data to a site that we've just created, but another way to do it would be by clicking on a site and using the form option on the overview dashboard that comes up, and that would be the add SASS form. So coming back to our site that we've just created, we're going to click Add SASS Data, and that'll take us to the SASS form. It shows you where the location is of your site to start off with, and then allows you to fill in the date, auto-populates whoever's logged in as the owner, but this can be adjusted, and whether you were accredited at the time of collection. In my case, I'm not accredited, so I leave that blank, and I don't have an image of the site, otherwise I would upload it here. So the SASS form is really designed to mimic the SASS datasheet that a lot of you will be familiar with using in the field, so this should be fairly familiar to use. So the first part of the form is to fill in the biotope ratings that we used. And if these are recorded, you can fill in the ratings for any of the different biotopes that were present at your site. And yeah, and then next comes the SASS taxa. And in this part of the form, you need to fill in the taxa that were recorded in the different biotopes, and that'll be automatically populated for the site as a whole. When you're finished with that, it gives you a breakdown of your SASS score for your site, the number of taxa that were recorded, and the average score per taxon. You have opportunities to record any other biota that were recorded during the SASS assessment, and any comments or observations that were made during the sampling. Once you're happy that your form's complete, you can agree to your data being shared on FBIS and used by FBIS users, and click on Next. This uploads your SASS taxa and then takes you to the Abiotic form, which gives you an option to fill in some information about your site. In our case, we've already filled out some of this information about the width of the river, the water level, etc. And you can also add information on a range of different physicochemical parameters. And this is really an exhaustive range covering all the different kinds of parameters that are commonly measured in association with biotic data collected in rivers. And we were able to record a conductivity measurement at the time of sampling. So we click yes, conductivity was measured. And we know that in our case, our value was 101. If the value falls outside of the expected range, then a notification pops up. So once you're happy that you've entered all your associated physicochemical information, again, you can agree to the data being served on FBIS and submit that information. It asks you for a reference category, and in this case, these data were collected as part of a database, and it provides a list of the existing databases already on FBIS, or it gives you an opportunity to add a new database and to add any notes associated with this database. So in this case, the database is a new database called FRC Monitoring Database, And you could provide a description or a link to the online version of that database. And then once you're happy, you can submit that. And then that information has now been captured on your site. And a validation email will be sent with this information for validation to the FBIS team. And that's it for adding SASS data, and that's it for this tutorial.